In this video, we're going to find out which number is larger, e to the pi or pi to the e. So we're going to write e to the pi, box, pi to the e. Okay, we're going to raise both sides to the 1 over pi to the e. And this is legal. This is allowed. Okay, so the pi on the top will cancel. So this will be e to the 1 over e, because it'll be pi over pi e, which pi is not 0, so pi will cancel. Then we have the box. Same thing, the e will cancel, e over pi e is not 0, so the e will cancel, so we have pi to the 1 over pi. What do you notice about these two? This is in the form x to the 1 over x. So let's let y equal x to the 1 over x. We're going to find the max x. If the max x is e, then e to the 1 over e is bigger than pi over pi, 1 over pi. And if pi is the max x, then e to the 1 over e is less than pi to the 1 over pi. Okay, so we want to find the derivative. So the first thing to do, this is in the incorrect form, so we have to so x can be written as e to the ln of x for any x that is bigger than 0, and of course this, for what we're working with, this function is bigger than 0. Okay, so we're going to let y equal, so x is e to the ln of x. We're going to raise it to the 1 over x, but we can multiply the power in, so that would be e to the ln x times 1 over x. Okay, so this derivative is going to be pretty easy. It's going to have a power rule, but whatever. And a chain rule. Okay, the derivative of e to the something is e to the something times 1 over x, multiplied by the derivative of the inside. So the derivative of ln x times 1 over x will be 1 over x, derivative of the first times the second, plus the first times the derivative of the second. The derivative of 1 over x is negative 1 over x squared. Okay, good. But what is this? This is just x to the 1 over x rewritten, or y. So x to the 1 over x multiplied by, so we can actually factor out a 1 over x squared, because 1 over x times 1 over x is 1 over x squared, so we can factor that out, so that'll be x squared. And let's not worry about this part, because for what this expression is always greater than 0. So let's not worry about this. Okay. So when we factor out 1 over x squared, we're going to be left with 1. Then we have this minus sign, and then we have ln of x. And we want to set equal to 0 to see critical values, and then we're going to plug them into the y prime in between to see where the max or the min could happen. But we're finding max in this case. So again, this is greater than 0, this expression, which means, I use a different color, this has to be equal to 0. Okay. So what does that tell us? That means that 1 minus ln x equals 0. Move the ln x to the other side, you get ln x equals 1. So x has to be e, because ln of e is defined to be 1. So this is a critical value. Okay, good. So as we said, this function is bigger than 0, so x is bigger than 0 in this case, so we're going to plug in from 0 to e, and then e to infinity, but you can't really represent infinity, into y prime. So this is the y prime graph. Okay, since this is always bigger than 0, we're going to look at 1 minus ln x. So y prime is not equal to, we'll just say approximately equal to 1 minus ln x time, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So if we plug in from 0 to e, so 0 not equal to 0, but 0 is between, x is between 0 and e into this function, ln x will be between 1 and negative infinity, but can't really represent that. So 1 minus ln x will always be positive. So for x being between 0 and e, this will be positive. And okay, so x is bigger than e. This means that ln x is bigger than ln of e, which is 1. So 1 minus something that's bigger than 1 means that it's negative, for x being bigger than e. So it'll be negative here, and it'll be positive here. What does this mean? So the slope is positive here. So I just drew a positive slope, and then it gets to e, and then it goes to 0. right? Because at e is the critical value. And then it goes to negative slope, so it looks like this. What does this look like? This is a maximum. Like that. Okay. Which means x equals e is a maximum where the maximum happens. Where maximum happens. Okay, which means the maximum is actually just e to the 1 over e, because that's the maximum at x equals e for x to the 1 over x. That means this is bigger than pi to the 1 over pi, and that means e to the pi is bigger than pi to the e. And that is the end of the video. Hope you liked it.